Welcome to a new video about the Kingfisher series. In this video we will try to analyze and break down the first trailer of the upcoming episode. First thing I am going to talk about is a thing I mentioned in the last video about this series. I said that when Seyran gives her marriage ring to Ferit, he will try to put it back in her finger, but he will not succeed, and that's exactly what we saw in the trailer. But good news is that in the videos behind the scene of the next episode we see Afra, who portrays Seyran with her ring in the finger, so Ferit succeeded after all. Another scene we saw in the trailer was the meeting of Seyran with Pelin's mother. This meeting will take place because Pelin's mother will call Seyran and might tell her that she doesn't belong to that family and she doesn't deserve to be married to Ferit. She might tell her that it was Pelin's right to marry him, and that Seyran should do the right thing and should divorce Ferit. She might even threaten her at some point, but I don't think she will do that. Instead, she will show her evilness by making a trap for Seyran and Ferit. When they see that nothing is working to break up Ferit and Seyran, together with her daughter, they will make a plan, and that plan is to manipulate Ferit, which is the thing that they have been doing since the beginning. So Pelin will make up something and call Ferit. Ferit will go there and somehow they will start to laugh with something and in that moment Seyran comes and sees them. How did that happen? Well, Seyran seeing them was part of the plan. Pelin's mother called Seyran and said, "If you don't believe me that Ferit and Pelin are a happy couple, come and see with your eyes." She will tell her that you are the wall for this relationship, and the faster you leave the better for them and for you. And of course, with all the things that has been done, she will believe that. That will be the ending of episode 25. After confronting Ferit, Pelin and her mother Seyran will leave Pelin's house and will start to run crying. Ferit will try to catch her and tell her that this was a big misunderstanding, but this time it all went too far. The good thing is Ferit might understand that he is being manipulated and that he has been inside of a game of Pelin's mother. He might get so angry and confront Pelin and her mother, which I believe will happen. Every time in the last episode we saw Ferit quiet, he was agreeing with everything they said, and even where there was some kind of insult towards Seyran, he kept his mouth shut and didn't try to protect her. That's something that made the fans so mad. Anyways, in the upcoming episodes we will see a more furious Ferit towards them, and one thing that I believe is going to happen is that after he learns about the plans of Pelin's mother to break them up, he will try to convince Seyran about these plans. So he will try to break their game and prove that to Seyran. Another thing we saw in the trailer was a scene of Ifakat going into the holding, and there was Hallie's Ada and Haddock. So will she catch them? As you know, she is a character who immediately realizes things, like for example the relationship of Abedin and Suna. So if she sees them together, she will immediately start to doubt if these two are having something, and she might use it later. And while we are at this part, we see that Hallie's Ada was saying to Haddock that the time for Suna to be married has come. And later Haddock says to Suna that just like they came for their sister, soon someone will come to ask you. But who will come to ask for her? It will not be Abedin, it will be someone who has high reputation and will be selected by Hallie's Aga. And then later we see a scene of Suna and Abedin holding their hands and hugging, and him saying to her, "I will be with you till the end." I am going to make some theories about what will happen with their relationship. First, having a marriage like Ferit and Seyran, it's impossible, and there are some reasons for that. The most important one is Kazim. He will definitely not let her daughter marry a bodyguard. He is always in seeking of money and on the things that his son-in-law offers, and sadly Abedin doesn't have those skills required by him. Also, the Koran family will not want to let him be part of the family because they don't see him as someone worthy to marry Suna. So I will say there is only one option for this couple, which is run away. I believe that when the Ferit and Seyran case is solved, there will be this case, so Abedin will tell Ferit about his feelings and Suna will tell Seyran. They will be the only one that will support them. In fact, they will come up with a plan to help them escape, and that is the only option for them if they really love each other. However, we will have to wait and see how things between these two will develop in the upcoming episodes of Kingfisher series. In the trailer we also saw a scene where Seyran was crying and Ferit's mother tries to support her, but Seyran will start to say words to her like, "How could you do this to me?" and other things that will make her feel conscious for the things that are happening to Seyran, and will get angry and throw the glass of water. Before the ending of the first trailer we saw a scene of Seyran and Ferit, with him putting his hand on her heart. In that moment he will realize the feelings of Seyran for him, and we'll see a confrontation between these two, not like the other confrontations. This one will be like more emotional, where Ferit might succeed to convince her to not divorce, and then she says, "Only with one condition," without getting uncomfortable. "When kissing me, when holding my hand," and she didn't say anything. else, and we got the scene of Ferit and Pelin. So the thing she was trying to tell him was, even for one time, kiss me and hold my hand without having his mind somewhere else. So how did that ferret that maybe fixed things with Seyran ended up again being manipulated? Well, as I said earlier, I believe this was a trap by Pelin and her mother. But there are some theories by the fans that what if this wasn't a trap by Pelin and her mother, but what if this was a trap by Seyran and Ferit to break their game? Honestly, this could be the only thing that would save this episode. Or else there is going to be huge consequences on the ratings of the next episodes. It already started to drop on ratings, and fans are trying to boycott the series until the character of Pelin leaves, so that might end up in a bad way for the series. The series is the most famous Turkish series for the moment and got the highest ratings, but that doesn't mean that they can't hugely drop. We have examples of series who got 13 or 14 ratings and later they dropped to 2 rating. If the scriptwriter doesn't act now, this will be the fate of the series, so they better end this Pelin saga. So what do you think? Could they do a plot twist, and instead of breaking up, could we see Seyran and Ferit join forces against those who want to separate them? Anyways, there are rumors that the second season of this series is confirmed, and it's kinda obvious because, as I said, that this is the series that is constantly with the highest ratings nearly every week, so a second season is likely confirmed. There is even a date for the end of the season 1, which appears to be May 26, 2023, so the first season will end on episode 34, which means we have only 10 more episodes, and honestly, I don't even know what kind of script they will write. It seems that they're clueless even right now about the script. They just seem that they have run out of creativity and messed up, making inaccuracies with the previous episodes. However, just like I mentioned in the previous videos, we learned that Halli's Aga has a daughter named Nukit, and also has other grandchildren that they live in London. So my predictions for the season finale is that this daughter of Halli's and her children will join the show, and we will see some kind of civil war between the Corin family, and the most important thing is we might see the death of Halli's Aga in the season finale, and that might be the reason why his daughter and grandchildren will join the show. So maybe they might not join in the final episode of season 1, but in the first episode of season 2, as I said, we might see a war about the wealth of Halli's Aga. And also, one of the biggest rumors in the Turkish medias is that there is a chance that Abidin might be the grandson of Halli's, but could that really happen? I don't think it will, but I hope it does. And since the first episode, the fans kind of suspected that there will be some background story for Abidin, but for now there isn't any more detail about this topic. These are just rumors by Turkish medias, and Abidin might or might not be the grandson of Halli's Aga. As we come to the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I hope you found it informative, entertaining, or whatever it is you were looking for. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any future uploads from me. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts or suggestions for future videos. I always love hearing from my audience, and your feedback helps me improve. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.